I need to change my shirt. But I just finished Sonic Prime Season 3. I want to watch the trailer for see kind of what happens in the trailer, and then, I'll go over it. So let's just begin in 3, 2. I'll go over the season. Can I just say again, like, one thing I really love about this season, one thing I actually really like about this season is, and I've said this in, like, I think the other reviews, it feels like a video game in the best way possible. Like, you could tell where there's different levels, where maybe, like, it's like, okay, go, like, season 1 is, like, the first levels, and then season 2 is when the characters go back to the levels, and then season 3 is the final boss run, the final level.
Whatever he's up to, it's causing this world to fracture.
The Grim is starting to decay.
I'll talk more
What
about
am
it.
I missing?
Never thought I'd be glad to be back in New York.
It's you. He's after your energy.
He's got the same energy that powers the city. Go get him.
I'm gonna need some help to stop 9.
So happy to see the trailers.
Hang on!
Are those?
Angry Metal Death Birds. Yep.
Get off my lawn.
The Eggman's get some pretty good lines in this one.
You're helping me?
If we don't stop this crazy fox, New York City and us won't be around for much longer.
If 9 gets his tails on me, it's game over for all of us.
This is my world. Take cover.
Oh yeah, definitely happy I didn't see this.
Let's teach 9 that if he messes with one of us, he messes with all of us.
Hell yeah.
Hurry! He's not gonna make it.
Hang on, Sonic!
January 11th. So it just came out. Okay, cool. I thought maybe it came out today. Alright, so one, they need to make more of these guys. Because all I've seen in the stores, unless like I can find them somewhere else, all I've seen in stores are the new Yoke playset, which has Sonic, 9, Rusty, and the red crystal. I want all of them. I want it Shadow. I want everyone else. But this was like I said, this entire show is built around like video game stuff and like kind of like it's built 3-act structure too if you think about it. You have the first level, which is Sonic first going to these new Shatterverse world. Well, you have the tutorial world, which is Green Hill. Then you have him visiting the different worlds from New York to the boss cage to Nowhere, which I believe Nowhere is the water one. New York boss cage, the water one, and like Grim is like kind of like when you're hinting at the final world. I feel like I'm missing a world. No, I believe that's all of them. And then you have the Phantom Green Hill, and like Phantom Green Hill is the mark of like the second act where you then, it's you collect the crystals once, but even then you're not really collecting crystals because Sonic couldn't even touch them in the beginning. Then the second act season 2 is like the part where like it's like, all right, you got to go back to those worlds and actually collect the crystals now this time, actually go through it. He's already made friends, and it's kind of solidifying that friendship. And then this one is you collected all the crystals, and now you're fighting the big bad boss, who is not Eggman, it is 9. And 9 is a pretty good bad guy. And because, like, 9 is, like, you understand why 9's doing this, and also, like, even, like, when 9 is, like, screwing with it, because he has all the crystals, and he puts them all together, and, like, the trailer guy says, like, he doesn't have fully control over it, though. Because some of the crystal's energy is still within, Sonic. But he does, like, the whole everything super final bad guy thing, like charging up from a certain superpower source floating around like this, and like channeling all his energy and shit. Nine is bad, and like even like when he starts taunting Sonic through the other worlds, you have him taunting Sonic using like a hologram face. And, like he says something like, "I know you're fast enough to catch them," and Sonic has to run and catch people when Nine flips the world sideways, and through all the time, like he's like, "I want you, Sonic." Like, he wants Sonic he wants Sonic with him, but also he wants Sonic to give up the energy inside him so Nine can fix his world, the Grim, and it leads to a whole boss fight, and then like Nine, like the first like 1 or 2 episodes are like in New York, I guess in New York, because like pretty much everyone has to go to the yoke itself or whatever the hell it is, where the Eggman live, because that is the only place that is safe, especially when Sonic charges up the shields. That's the only place that's safe. Green Hill gets destroyed, and pretty much Nine, other than New York, and like some of the pirates are left in like the pirate world, and Sonic eventually has to go and get them. Sonic is trying to protect everyone, and eventually like they all go to the Grim, which it's really cool because first off, like Sonic straight says like he just wants me. I can make a deal with him. If I go and sacrifice myself, all of you will live. All of you will survive. There's no one needs to worry. No one needs to die here. Like, I'll go. Let him take the energy out of me. It'll probably kill me, but then I'll save all of you. And he makes a deal with Nine too. Like, you can take my energy, fine. Just fix their worlds, keep them safe, and whatnot. And Nine goes, yeah, sure. And I believe he'd truly honor it. But Sonic's friends, which I love this, because like even when Sonic said that, and like Sonic left by himself, like his friends like, no, don't go. Which it's really cool because everyone, like obviously, like everyone here
messes with all of us.
Like none of them knew who Sonic was in the beginning of this. No one knew who he was, and like he was just some random person saying like that he knew them and all this stuff, and like he went from like just that from a stranger to again like the friend where like they will fight by his side. I love that shit so much, and also like this like there's a lot of cool setup and a lot of things did like one thing like when Sonic comes in and he starts saving people and he looks like he misses Big, their version of Big. You see I can't remember her name, but you see Primal Rouge grab Big, so you immediately know, oh shit! Not only is it like okay, if it was just Rebel Rouge, okay, fine, like it's her world, whatnot. But seeing Primal Rouge, you mean like, oh shit, does that mean everyone's here? And yep, everyone's here, and everyone gets saved. And I'm like, everyone comes in to fight. And you have they have to go to the Grim. They team up with the Eggmen. They make a truce, which they have to. The Eggheads want to fight everyone else, and Sonic is like, look, we all have to work together. Nine then also makes freaking these aren't the main ones, but he makes another Metal Sonic, which also Shadow was able to get into here because the Shadowverses were starting to rip apart, so Shadow and Sonic were able to slip in through like a crack. So Shadow can get into some of the Shadowverses a little bit, but yeah. So his ability to visit different Shadowverses, cool, or at least to get there now. I'm trying to think to sync everything up, but Nine, pretty much to populate his world, he creates the Alpha Bots, where he makes another Metal Sonic. Which it's funny because in the last one, I'm pretty sure I said it, in the last season, because when they introduced Metal Sonic, I'm like, holy shit, that's kind of cool. That's awesome. But there's kind of an issue with that. Like, he talked, and like, I'm like, you didn't have to do that. They made him try to be like Sonic. Like, you didn't have to do that. I think I called it, though, that 9 would rebuild Metal Sonic. But in a sense, he doesn't rebuild it. He makes his own. This one doesn't talk. Which I'm like, all right, you just 100% redeemed this design and everything because I like that. And not only that, he makes a Metal Amy, Metal Knuckles, Metal Rouge, Metal Flicky Bird. And then eventually he makes Metal Big the Cat. Oh, wait, here's
For all of us.
Alpha Sonic. Also, Alpha Metal Sonic, which also, here's all of them. The main ones. They even cut the Flicky Bird's eye to make him look more badass. But, her more badass. But, these guys are freaking sick as hell. Again, it completely redeems the design and everything, because they're like, yeah, no, take the voice away now. Which makes sense. And again, like, it's kind of the... Because, like, again, like, a slight issue I had with this Sonic, because I grew up with, obviously, like, Sonic X, with the modern Sonic games. Oh, well, let me rephrase that. I grew up with the classic Sonic games. My first video game that I remember playing, and I say is my first video game, is Sonic 2 on the Sega Genesis. Like, Sonic and Tails, hell yes. I love these two. They were my introduction to Sonic the Hedgehog in general. That and Sonic Underground, which is really funny because at one point Shadow saves Sonic, and Sonic says, like, thanks, job, bro. And Shadow just goes, we are not related. Which I'm like, you kind of fooled me back then, because I remember seeing Shadow. I'm like, oh, is he Sonic's brother like Manic is? Manic and Sonya? Because I didn't know about different continuities. So if there was one thing in one universe, it's been in every universe. So if Sonic had a brother and sister in one universe, all Sonics have that. They're just off somewhere else. I think even at one point in Sonic Underground they have freedom fighters, which I'm like, see, look, it ties into Side AM. But now I just, I know the multiverse, so it is all connected. But Sonic and these guys, the Alphas are gonna be Tails' Nine's new friends. Uses like a clones them with the Prism energy. There's the Big the Cat one, which I thought like, oh, they didn't make Big the Cat? I'm like, yeah, they did. Also, these side characters. This girl makes way more they're like, okay, we gotta pay these side characters. We're gonna give them more like this. Everyone else is the main characters except for like this one cat side character, and then the raccoon I don't even know the raccoon makes an appearance here. The raccoon that's voiced by Jacksepticeye, which is funny because every line is either him running away or them wanting to backstab the main character. I'm like, really? All right. Which I was like, all right, fine, whatever. But it was just kind of really funny. I'm trying to think of everything I liked about this season, because I liked all this stuff. I like what Sonic's shoes did in this universe. Because you see it right here.
Let's teach 9 that if he
like, it creates platforms under his feet, which is something I always thought about, and like I'm probably still gonna use at some point. I always thought about since Sonic Colors, because there's the point where I think it's like the Starlight Road or something like that, where Sonic runs. There's no platform, but Sonic runs like on like this trail of light that pulls around. Like, that'd be such a cool thing. And like, soon as I saw those like platforms under his feet, I'm like, by God, you gave him like the most overpowered thing for Sonic the Hedgehog. One, not only because he can create shields with it with the glove parts, but because you now give him platforms he can run across anywhere. Yeah, he's pretty much unbeatable, I would say. I gotta play Sonic Frontiers to see how the power-ups and stuff are. I probably will after Sonic. I gotta finish Tears of the Kingdom, but maybe I'll tap into... Maybe I'll do some Sonic Frontiers some point soon, hopefully. But, no, yeah, because I actually really like the idea of, like, giving Sonic upgrades that are all about mobility. because you think about it, all of them were Sonic's shoes here are just regular shoes, pretty much just his speed boost in New York. But then you have the claw ones, at least so he can climb up buildings, climb up the plants, stuff like that. The water shoes, so he can at least run on the water. And then you have these ones where you can just freaking run anywhere. I feel like I keep missing a world, but I don't know. But the battle was cool. And it's funny because again, I was like, man, they didn't make a bot for Big, and then they did. It's like, oh shit. Also, one they actually did like too, which I feel like they could have done a little bit more with it, but even what they did with it was pretty cool. Was 9, like eventually when everyone's fighting or whatever, 9 sees Sails and Mangy, the two other Tails Shatter versions, like working on something in the field, and 9 just goes, I'm the only one. And he sends the bots to kill him, and it looks like Mangy and Sails blew themselves up with a bomb, which I was like, wait, are they actually dead? Because they completely disappeared. I thought they were going to immediately come back, like, nope, I thought they were completely dead. And then spoilers, I guess, they do come back. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. Now I'm like, damn, you guys just hit away for a long ass time. But, like, there's a lot there that could have been explored. I feel like there's more that could be explored, because it does end with, like, a vague kind of idea. It ends with, like, kind of a vague-ish, like, ending. Because, like, I guess spoilers for the season. Go watch it. It's on Netflix, or, if you're on follow. Or, you know, anywhere you can find it. It's not like I would say I don't really like Netflix anymore because, you know, they did the whole household thing. That's kind of been chipping me off. But also, I'm just going to say I've been watching it other ways, too. So, screw you, Netflix. But, there's more that can be done with that. And honestly, I feel like they could definitely lean into that later, too. But, like, I'll get to the ending bit in a second. I did kind of like during the final battle where, like, it's 9 and Sonic on top of the thing. The one character who comes in to help Sonic in this fight is Knuckles. So you literally have Team Sonic, like, together again, but Tails being the main bad guy of it. And you're just seeing them fight. And it's like, oh hell. And then, like, even, the two bots that 9 calls up to help him is a Sonic bot and a Knuckles bot. And I'm like, God damn it. Shadow pops in every so often because he keeps getting knocked away. I felt like I want one missed opportunity, kind of, though. But, like, okay, so at the very end of so pretty much Sonic is trying to convince 9 to stop what he's doing. 9 is, like, taking a toll on himself as well as everything else. Luckily, he didn't kill anyone, so I'm kind of okay with, like, Sonic still protecting him towards the end. Because 9 straight says, like, or Sonic straight says, like, I would protect you. I would protect everyone. And 9's like, I don't believe you. Tries to kill him, doesn't work. He even modified his tails. I'm trying to think. Towards the end, Sonic eventually gets everyone to stop. They're like, look, we have to do this. And Sonic does sacrifice himself, has the shatter energy taken out of him, but it looks like Sonic himself may shatter because of it. That's where this whole leads, where he starts ghosting.
Hurry! He's not gonna make it!
Hang on, Sonic!
You see Sonic's about to get ghosted. But, like, if they said, like, you're gonna shatter, I was thinking, like, because, like, when this happened, Sonic straight says, like, look, you guys have to go back to your own worlds, you know, enjoy your lives or whatever, but you also have to leave 9 alone in the Grim and leave it alone. And pretty much, they agree to that. Also, can I just say right now, the Rose Sisters, I love them so much. Because Rusty, Black Rose, and, was it Rusty, Black Rose, I know the last one. Oh, Thorn. Thorn, like, they're like, the Rose sisters. I'm like, hell yeah, I love these guys. I love these characters. They try to get Sonic there to the thing. There's a whole thing that happens. I'm trying to think. But yeah, so Sonic says that they all agree. They use Sonic gets his energy drained. The crystal gets fixed. Eggman are like, we're gonna take it, and Sonic, immediately knowing how Eggman is, just goes like, oh yeah, sure, like, who's gonna take it? And then they all. That's not exactly what he said, but they fight over it. 9 is able to trick them. They should throw them into the Shatterverse in between. 9 is then able to, use the energy, fix the world, and pretty much the Roses take Sonic there. They also forget Shadow for a second. Shadow has to come in with the other Roses, go there, and then this whole scene happens where they try to get Sonic to Green Hill again before he dies. Which honestly, I was kind of half expecting when he said that he was going to shatter, like, a big twist I thought was going to happen, or a thing that was going to happen was he was going to shatter, but he was going to shatter into the 5 different Sonics. Or 4 different, what is it? Because he'd have to be Green Hill, New York, Boss Cage, Nowhere. I guess technically the Grim too. But no one was in the Grim, so I guess it would be... I thought he would shatter into those 4 different places. Or like one for each of the colors, so maybe there'd be other ones somewhere. I don't know. But that's what I was thinking. Hold on. But yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen. But Sonic, they go here, and it's pretty much like as soon as the exact left, I love how instead of Sonic smashing into the crystal to shatter it again, he instead, he says hi to everyone in super speed so they don't see it, and then he hugs Eggman. Eggman's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm not as happy to see everyone, even you, Eggman. And Eggman's like, get off! And pretty much, they're able to stall Eggman's Shadow pops up again with the Chaos Emerald, which I'm like, oh man, like really? He just has it back? But yeah, he has a Chaos Emerald, teleports the crystal away, ends with, everyone just chilling on the beach, Sonic coming back with some chili dogs, and he's like, hey everyone, and everyone's like, why are you acting so weird? And he's like, well, you see, and then you just see a blue surge of energy go off, and he goes, alright guys, gotta go fast, and it ends there. I don't, there's a lot, we don't know what happened to the Shadowverses. Do they still exist? I'd imagine so. It'd be kind of bullshit that, they just disappeared. I'd imagine they still exist. Especially because, out of all the characters I want Sonic to meet, I want to interact, I want to see 9 meet Tails. Because that is an interaction that'd be extremely cool. Especially if Sonic tells the whole story. Whether they it'd be cool to see what Tails' reaction is to all of this. And 9's reaction to Tails. Because we already seen, at least, when he was at least angry and everything, he was ready to kill Sails and Mangle. He was like, oh, you fuckers are dead because there's only one of me. He was ready to kill him. So, I want to know, even if, 9 is reformed, how would that interaction go? Especially with Sonic there now, because now it's not just Sonic meeting everyone that's new and saying, hey, you guys know me. Now it's all of his friends now meeting the other versions of them that Sonic accidentally created. And, especially because that's the thing also about New York versus the other Shadowverse worlds. Because the other Shadowverse worlds, okay, I guess Green Hill Zone got flooded, so, piracy is a thing. another world, like, plant life took over, so that's a thing. New York is pretty much just a world without Sonic. It is the biggest, like, what if Sonic didn't exist? That is what New York is. So the question is, how would Tails react knowing that 9 is pretty much what he would have been without his friend Sonic? That he would have been, like, this angrier version of himself. This darker version of himself that almost ended the, like, a multiverse. How would he react to that? There's just an interesting story there that they could easily follow up with. There's still the whole thing of, like, did 9 just go to the Shadowverse and stay there? Like, this feels like the end of Sonic Prime. This does not feel like the end of the story for these characters. Like, this is the end of the first game. Of the Sonic Prime 1. Now I want Sonic Prime 2. Or, Sonic Prime Sonic Shadowverse. Something. Because it definitely... Because, again, it ends with, like, some blue surge going off. And, like, come on, gang, let's go. And now the question is, like, what are they going to do? What is the next step after this? Because, yeah, again, I want to see what 9 is going to react to Tails, because Tails is a very different character from 9, especially if they're going by certain games, because Sonic Force, is it Sonic Forces? Yeah, it's Sonic Forces. Tails is a bit of a whip in that, which usually he shouldn't be, but, but, like, 9 is a lot more darker, a lot more serious kind of one, which we didn't get a lot of interaction between 9, Mangle, and Sails. And honestly, if it's because we're saving it so 9 meets Tails, I would be okay with that. That would be a good interaction. Let me see. Is there anything extra here that I should bring up? I took a crap ton of notes. 9 is pretty much making his universe the Prime universe. Yeah, when he took all the crystals to his. Shadow, 9 betrayed you and left you to die. He will pay for it. I love how Shadow said that. Shadow's the one who said that. And it really came off like you made my little brother cry. I'm going to beat your ass. That's what it felt like. He made a new Mecha Sonic. Sonic is a living shard. If I know you, there's always another way. Yeah, it's Shadow complimenting Sonic. Sonic and Shadow, whenever they team up, it's always badass. Shadow now able to enter via tears. Grim feels like an end level. Squint. Also Shadow. Squint and Riley, your head is also you, Shadow. What? I don't know what that means. I don't know what the hell I meant by that. Squint and Riley, your head is also you, Shadow. I don't know. Funny metal to have a badass metal. Yeah, you had the funny metal Sonic. And that's the thing too, like, you had funny metal Sonic last season, so you could have dark metal Sonic in this season. And that's the thing too, like, Sonic being very carefree and chipper and all that stuff, and except just being the cool, like, late metal, yeah, like, kind of character that he usually is. I feel like it works better in this, especially when, like, you see him get angrier, because then you see that Sonic pop up again. It just, instead of making Sonic kind of just blasé about everything, I feel like this was, like, really good right now. Especially, like, I feel like this is, like, a third version of Sonic at this point, too. Shadow thinks he can take Sonic away from me. Yeah, he says that's great. I know you're fast enough to save them all. Something real cool with 9 being the bad guy, but also having alternate Tails also helping Sonic. Yeah, because, it shows different paths that this one character could have taken, and also shows that to 9. It's also at one point there's a 2D opening of Sonic remembering him and Tails beating Eggman and clapping, like, like a good time, singing right to the sprites. 9 taking Mangy and Sails as insults. Yeah, Team Sonic, random cat, background character getting more lines. Yeah, and again, you hear Jacksepticeye yelling at some points as a raccoon, "We're all gonna die!" At least KF double. Sonic learning to be patient. Yeah, Jacksepticeye raccoon. Mecha big. Shadow! When Shadow saves. Flee for your lives, Jacksepticeye. All cats are evil to the core. Yeah, that's a line. I love it. Help a brother up. We're not related. Me. Bullshit. Rose Sisters, Grim Shoes give him running platforms. Nine's Metal Sonic, Sails and Mange took over the Big Bot. Yep. Jacksepticeye wanted to backstab everyone. Nine, how? Sonic, I'm the ultimate life force. Sonic, he's modest too. Sonic knows Eggman to be able to trick him. The Edgelord Eggman calling Shadow an Edgelord is great. But yeah, I hope this is at the end of Sonic Prime. Like, I hope this is the end of Sonic Prime as, like, this story, and now we're going to get another story that's in the same Shatterverse as it, where we're going to get more, like, I wouldn't surprise me if they're probably going to continue via comic books either. It wouldn't surprise me if that's the case. But, again, there's so many cool ideas you can do with a multiverse. You could, again, then the biggest one is, I want Nine to meet Tails. That's the biggest one. Especially because, like, the other ones, Mangle and Sails, like, yeah, they are Tails, but none of them have that brotherly connection with Sonic as Tails and Nine did. Nine and Tails both had that brotherly connection, and I want to see, because they left it open enough to where it's like, what is going to happen with Nine? What's going to happen with everyone? Like, I don't think, because obviously it's not healthy for Nine to just be stuck in the Grim by himself with his bunch of robots. And he doesn't even have the crystal anymore, Shatterverse, because it went back to, to Green Hill. I was hoping, like, the Chaos Emerald being lost to the Void, we were gonna get something from that, like, something was in the Void, and now it has the Chaos Emeralds, or something like that. I don't know. And then, yeah. I don't know, it's weird, but I hope we're going to see more. I hope this isn't the end of Sonic Prime. I hope it's the end of Sonic Prime. I hope it's not the end of the stories that that are going to be coming off of this. But, and also I hope it's not the end of the toy lines, because I want the other ones. I want Shadow. I want, Boss Cage Crew. I want the Pirates. I want, give me the Metal Grim guys, too. But yeah, these all are great. Tell me what you think, comments below. Thanks for watching. Which videos I've done. Links are on my Facebook. There's up to your videos. Hopefully enjoy this. I'm going to get back to the Monarch ones. I just got this guy, and he looks amazing. And he's freaking huge. Also, I kind of like the idea of, like, different crystals for different powers. And then you have, like, Godzilla with these two, like, one's blue and then one's these crystals. It's kind of cool. Also, look at that light. That looks freaking great.